It's no other hints than it's 6 letters. Very simple. It's something you should. Well, no, you got to wait. Unless you're Jordan Elder of Nettleton. 5A girls, Jordan Elder of Nettleton. There's some players you think they've, like 22 that they've been playing several years. This next girl, Jerica Bell of Watson Chapel, a force inside from Watson. 5A girls. Let's hear it for our 5A girls. What? A better hint. This isn't like, what's it called? I'm not filling in letters or anything. 5A girls, sit down. Jerica Bell with her head down. What? She's a senior finally, right? You're going to miss her. I think she had like 20 rebounds in the state championship game last year. Hard worker who gave a lot of that 6-letter word. And I'll be disappointed if Ethan Henderson, our best-dressed 5A boy. Let's go. Ethan Henderson from Parkview, 5A boys. Look at Ethan. He's dressed out tonight, setting the bar. Big fan of Graylin Easter, always smiling, from Mills University Studies. All right, C.J. White, big lefty who can shoot from Parkview, the state champs. So those guys that fly under the radar, like C.J. White, doesn't have a college offer yet. I think he's a big-time player here at Parkview. I think Al Flanagan would agree with me. Kevin Cross from Mills. Kevin Fulton of Nettleton, and Justice Hill from Little Rock Christian. This must be Mom. There we go. It's a good mom to come up here. You could have get your picture taken with them. Oh. What a good. Okay, Easter's stepping up. Leader. Sit back down, Easter. Back. L-E-A-D-E-R. It's six letters. You thought it out. Proof that guys come in all sizes. Well, this is what, you know what I'm pointing to. What school? Nettleton, congratulations. How tall are you? 5'8". You're just around all those tall guys. That's the problem with 5. Hey, congratulations. That's quite a group right there. I'd like to go on the court with that group right there. I think they could compete in an overall tourney if you put our 5A boys up against any other classification. 6A girls, Alana Eaton from Kaya Julian from Greenwood, and Kenya Freeman from West Memphis. Let's hear it for our 6A girls. Effort. Come on over here. There you go. Spoke right out. What's your name?
Anna Pfeiffer.
Anna Pfeiffer. Okay, Anna, here you go. All right.
Steve, that was the first word I put on.
Yeah, that was the first word, and the last, probably the most important word. Hey, he did a good job. He got all the way to 6A. That's impressive. I figure 7A gets all the publicity anyway, so. Let's hear it for our 6A girls. Our 6A boys, Desi Sills from the state champs of Jonesboro, is going to be playing at the University of Arkansas. Another great kid going up on the hill there. Chris Moore from West Memphis. Tony Hudson from Jonesboro. Zach Bird from West Memphis. And Curtis Washington from West Memphis. They play a little ball in East Arkansas here. Good-looking guys right here. Yeah, what a backcourt there for Jonesboro. Sills and Hudson. You guys get along from Jonesboro, West Memphis very well? How is it over there? We've never had a fight at the, but you're outnumbered, Jonesboro, 3-2, and the guy in the middle from West Memphis is big. You notice they stood him up in the middle. All right, let's hear it for 6-8 East over here. Jonesboro and West Memphis. Hey, make sure to take plenty of pictures tonight. I was talking to the Joe family, and Isaiah's won a lot of awards, and ours, Full Court Award was in Little Rock, and they made the trip, and now the family made the trip for this one. I said, boy, that's a lot of trips for awards, and Mom said, you know, we want to enjoy all the senior memories, and that's what this is all about. You never know who could end up being the next Sidney Moncrief or Joe Klein. You have your picture with them when they were a high school star. All right, 7A girls, Reagan Rotzel of Conway, Sasha Goforth of Fayetteville, the Hawk, Amber Hawkinson of North Little Rock, Mila Yelder of Conway, Yomiris Morris of North Little Rock, and Aisha Smith of Conway. Good thing about all these Conway girls, all of them are back next year. Yeah. I guess the North Little Rock girls must have been busy. They're scared away by the Conway girls. Let's hear it for our 7A girls. Our 7A boys, Moses Moody, a state champion North Little Rock team. Colin Moore from the state champs from North Little Rock. May not be very big, this guy's an animal on the boards. Isaiah Joe from Fort Smith Northside. The future Razorback, Tyler Perry from Harbor, and Colin Cooper from Fayetteville. Really appreciate you guys from Northwest Arkansas coming and taking all the awards from Central Arkansas. But congratulations on making the trip. Good basketball is played in Northwest Arkansas. Yeah, well, North Little Rock, he's pointing out that they've won several state championships. But you're 1-1 against Isaiah Joe, right? 1-1. See, talk about effort. Colin Moore is no bigger than Isaiah Joe, yet he gets all those rebounds. It's got to be effort and determination there. How many rebounds do you have in that state championship game? 14. 14 rebounds. See that? How many do you have, Isaiah?
3.
It was like 8. See that? He's a big guard. Got to love that back and forth. What a great 2 years of rivalry, down to the wire games and great battles between North Little Rock and Fort Smith Northside. Two very well-coached teams and very talented. Two great player, Isaiah Joe. All right, that pretty much does it for all the player awards. Let's hear it for all our players. I think eventually we will pick a player of the year, right? That there's voting on that for the girl and boy. But we are going to move now to the, let's see the lineup. Junior high, boys and girls coaches of the year. And our head junior high coach of the year. And I'm glad you honor junior high coaches too. They do great work. Cindy, you remember your junior high coach?
Johnny Greenwood.
See that?
Ron Goff.
Yeah, see that? And Cindy is 60 years old. You can rattle off those names. Do you remember any of your 6th grade teachers or 7th grade teachers?
I do.
You do. I don't. Can remember the coaches, but none of the teachers. All right, here we go. Head junior high coach of the year for girls, Chad Wilson of Bigelow. And what a great honor, because this is voted on by coaches. And our head junior high coach of the year for the boys is John Deaton of Manila. Let's hear it for our junior high coaches of the year. Chad Wilson and John Deaton. All right, move up to our Assistant Coach of the Year, Lindsay Leonard of Mountain Home. Boy, do you think how many assistant coaches there are out there? This is quite an honor. And our Assistant Coach of the Year for the boys is Matt Williams of Jonesboro. All right, let's hear it for our Assistant Coaches of the Year right here. Probably future head coaches right here. Guess we're going to go to the Coaches of the Year for high school now. We're going to start in Class A, and what a year for this man. An Arkansas treasure, National Coach of the Year, coached the boys and the girls, coached junior high, he's old school, and when you think of Guy Perkins, you think of John Hutchcraft for Class A boys. Class 2A boys, Barbara Wilburn from Mark Tree. Yeah, you ask if a woman can coach boys. She has led Mark Tree now to the state title game 2 times, back to back. Is it just 2? 3, actually 3. Congratulations to you. Class 3A, we have kind of a kindred spirit because we both love red sport coats, although I keep mine on a little longer than his. He wore it about 8 minutes in the championship game. Jerome Pace of McGee. Coach, where's the red coat tonight? And Coach is, I think, retiring. Are you? I mean, he's... Just a coach. Just a coach, okay. But what a great win for McGee. That city was so excited, had a chance to go in the locker room, and that was probably the most excited fan base of state championship weekend, was watching McGee win their state title. Brian Ross from Arkansas Baptist did a terrific job, won another state title. 7-footers left, but still won. But he's done a terrific job at Baptist Prep. I got to get that right, Baptist Prep. 5A boys, one of the great coaches in the state, seldom shows up for any banquet, so we're honored to have Al Flanagan here tonight. Usually see Al whipping that towel on the sideline. He comes peaceful tonight to walk up here. One of the great coaches in Arkansas, Class 5A Coach of the Year, Al Flanagan. I'll never understand, people transfer from Parkview, Beard, Moody, and still wins. Still wins the state championship.
We lost 12.
You lost 12, but you still win. Al Flanagan, coach of Parkview. Class 6A boys, really does great work for the Coaches Association. One of the real good guys and successful coaches of the state. Couldn't make it tonight. Wes Swift of Jonesboro. Class 7A boys does a great job. One of my buddies, Johnny Rice of North Little Rock, the state champs. Johnny was a great player in his day. What years did you play, Johnny?
High school, I graduated in 86.
86, okay. All right, let's hear it for our boys' Coaches of the Year. What a great group. Good coach can make an incredible difference on a player. You think you spend probably more time, more quality time with a coach than you spend with your parent during basketball season. And like your parents, they usually see you at your worst and your best. But what a great group of coaches right here. All right, our girls' Coaches of the Year. From Class 1A, Wonderview, my favorite mascot, the Daredevils, Jeremy Simon. 2A, Quitman, Tim Hooten. 3A, Carlisle, Charleston, I should say, Jason Rucker. In 4A, Steve Quattlebaum of CAC. 5A, Josh Smith of Hot Springs. He's got a cheering crew over there for Josh Smith. 6A, Jody Christenberry from Jonesboro. And 7A, he just reloads. What a great rivalry he has with Conway. Darryl Fimple. Love Coach Fimple. All had terrific seasons. The big question is, what does Coach Quattlebaum do when he loses the National Player of the Year? And the transfer policy for private schools is 0, so unless they're coming from Serbia, out of town. No sympathy from over there at Pulaski Academy, just a chuckle.
They're not coachable.
All right, let's hear it for our girls' coaches of the year. Girls basketball, boys basketball is good, but girls basketball has just jumped in a big way in the last 5 to 10 years. All right, we give out, the one thing guaranteed in life, the older you get, is stuff is going to happen. But it's how you deal with that stuff. And even Coach Moncrief had a horrible season at Little Rock. Didn't go Hyde. Bounced back and, is rolling now. But how you deal with that adversity. And you guys have a great award here. And some these stories are stuff you'd see on ESPN. I mean, the stuff a 16-year-old went through this year from Farmington, you'd wish on no child. And our first Heart of a Champion award winner is McKenna Van Zandt of Farmington. Her story, she's a sophomore at Farmington. October 26th, she noticed she wasn't feeling well. And it led to just huge problems. She was diagnosed with a rare disease called HUS. The disease attacks red blood cells and platelets in the body, leading to organ failure, in many cases death. Her kidneys failed on her. She was doing so bad. She had all kinds of issues. They thought she might not make it. 16 days in the hospital at Arkansas Children's Hospital. Lost 15 to 20 pounds. The last thing on their minds at that time was that she'd even that she survive and have a healthy life, not would she play basketball. And you'd think maybe she'd play next year. No. She came back, she had lost 15 pounds, started swimming to regain some of her endurance, started to lift weights to get some of her strength back. And she didn't just become, someone you cheer just because she recovered to get on the court. But you talk about having the desire to get better every day. That was her goal, and she wanted to rejoin a special team, and she went on to lead their team, Farmington, to a 26-6 record, a 5A West Conference championship, an Elite 8 appearance in the state tournament. She finished the season in the top 2 of 6 statistical categories in the league, finishing second in the league in scoring and three-pointers made, and led the 5A West in assists, steals, free throws made, and free throw percentage. And get this, she realized that other people are dealing with this disease, so she started a movement, #22 Strong, and began sharing her